Good day, our dear grade 7 science learners. How are you today? Welcome to another session of our School on Air in Science, where learning is fun and easy. I am glad to be with you again for another quarter of discovery and amazing moments as we take up new insights and ideas. I am your teacher presenter, Teacher Rosalie, and together we will uncover the many wonders of science. Hello learners! I hope you all have taken your breakfast. Eating enough nutrients as part of a varied diet is required for the health and function of all cells. Healthy cells mean good functioning cells. Are you excited to learn something new today? That's good! So, let's start. This time, we will take up Quarter 2, Module number 4 and discuss a new lesson about plant and animal cells. Kindly check your modules, notebooks, and pens. Please join me this morning for another episode of Learning in Science. Find yourself a quiet space where you can comfortably sit as we begin our lesson. As a learner, you must learn to become responsible of your own learning. Take time to read, understand, and perform the different activities in the module. Before going through, here are some reminders. As you go through with the different activities of this module, be reminded of the following. Number 1, use the module with care. Do not write anything on this module. Remember, other learners can still reuse this. Do not forget to answer, "Let us try." These questions checks your previous knowledge of the lesson. Number 3, read instructions carefully before doing each task. Number 4, always observe honesty in answering the questions. Number 5, finish the task at hand. Check and review before proceeding to the next task. And lastly, return this module to your teacher once you are through, so your teacher can keep track of your progress. If you encounter any difficulty in answering the task in this module, do not hesitate to consult your teacher or facilitator. Always bear in mind that you are not alone. We hope that through this material, you will experience meaningful learning and gain a deep understanding of the relevant competencies. You can do it. To start with our new lesson, we will have a short recap of your previous lesson on the levels of biological organization. To check how well you remembered, here is the instruction. Study Figure 1, showing the different pictures representing the levels of organization in an organism labeled A, B, C, D, and E. Rearrange the images and provide the correct order of biological organization. I will give you 20 seconds to try to answer this quiz. answer D, C, B, A, and E, then you are correct. The cell is the first level, which is the basic structural unit of life. The tissue is the next level, which is made of cells that perform a specific task. Organ is the next level, a system of tissues that work together to perform tasks of a larger scale. The organ system is next, which is made up of group of organs that work together to carry out specific body functions. And the organism. An organism, in this case, is a child, is a self-contained individual that is made up of different organ systems. Again, the correct order is D, cell, C, tissue, B, organ, A, organ system, and E, organism. This module has two parts. For this episode, we will go through Lesson 1. The first part is comparing plant and animal cells. The Lesson 1 objective is to differentiate plant cells from animal cells according to the presence or absence of certain organelles. After going through Lesson 1, you are expected to identify the organelles of a plant and animal cell, describe the functions carried out by each organelle, and explain the similarities and differences between animal and plant cells. Let us now answer the let us try part. Write the letter of your answer to the following questions. Number 1. Which of the following parts allow different activities of the cell to happen? A. Cytoplasm, B. Lysosome, C. Vacuole, D. Vesicle. The answer is letter A, cytoplasm. Number 2. Which of the following functions will not take place if a plant cell's chloroplast is damaged? A. Protect the cell, B. Make food for the cell, C. Excrete waste materials, D. Give instruction for the cell to reproduce. The answer? Letter B. Make food for the cell. Number 3. Which part allows and prevents substances to go in and out of the cell? The answer? Plasma membrane. Number 4. What part of the cell stores water and maintains its rigidity? The answer? Vacuole. The table below enumerates the parts that are present or absent in two kinds of cells. Which is a plant cell? The correct answer is cell A. Which is an animal cell? The answer, cell B. If you are asked to identify an unknown slide, which of the following could help you identify if it holds an animal cell? 1. Absence of centriole. 2. Irregular shape. 3. Presence of cell wall. 4. Angular and rigid shape. 5. Absence of chloroplast. A. 1 and 3. B. 2 and 5. C. 1 and 4. D. 3 and 4. The answer, letter B, 2 and 5. Irregular shape and angular and rigid shape. Number 8. Based on the picture given on your module, which part of this cell functions for the excretion of waste materials? The answer, number 2, lysosome. Number 9. Which is the control center of this cell? The answer, number 8, nucleus. Number 10. Which part of this cell plays a role during cell division? The answer, number 7, centrioles. Get all the correct answers? Good job, kids! Don't worry, when we come back, you will learn more about the topic as you get to take up different ideas and concepts of the new lesson after a short break.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Hello again, our dear grade 7 science learners. Are you all set? Please make sure to have your notes and pens ready. Kindly turn your modules on Let's Study part. Today, our topic is comparing plant and animal cells. All organisms, big or small, consist of cells. Some organisms are single-celled, composed of only one cell. Others are multicellular, possessing many cells that work together to form an organism. The moss plant, for example, is made up of hundreds and thousands of cells. Your body has billions of cells, while very large animals like elephants have trillions. Trees in a forest, fish in the river, horseflies on a farm, worms in the soil, all these plants and animals are made up of the building blocks we call cells. In the previous module, you learned that organisms have organ systems composed of different organs. These organs are made up of even smaller parts, namely tissues, and the smallest of which are the cells. The cell is the basic unit of structure and function of all life forms. It is the building block of all living organisms. It is a membrane-bound unit that contains the fundamental molecules of life. The cell is the basic unit of structure and function of all life forms. Cells may be unicellular or multicellular. A unicellular organism, also known as a single-celled organism, consists of a single cell. There are millions of kinds, from yeasts to algae and bacteria. Multicellular organisms are organisms that consist of more than one cell, in contrast to unicellular organism. All species of animals, land plants, and most fungi are multicellular, as are many algae. A cell has three basic parts: the nucleus, cell or plasma membrane, and the cytoplasm. The nucleus is a part of a cell which is easily seen through a microscope. It is a very important part because it controls all the activities of the other parts that occur within the cell. The cell membrane encloses the cell and separates what is inside it from its environment. It controls what goes in and what goes out of the cell. The plasma membrane or the cell membrane allows the entry of materials needed by the cell and eliminates those which are considered wastes. The cytoplasm consists of a jelly-like substance where all the other parts of the cell are located. It does not, however, include the area where the nucleus is found. Many different activities of the cell occur in the cytoplasm. Vacuoles are present in both plant and animal cells. In plant cells, they are large and usually occupy more than half of the cell space. They play a role in storing nutrients and increasing cell size during growth. Some plant vacuoles contain poisonous substances. Vacuoles also store water, thereby maintaining rigidity to cells and provide support for plants to stand upright. Plant cell vacuoles are responsible for the crisp appearance of fresh vegetables. Mitochondria provide the energy a cell needs to move, divide, produce secretory products, and contract. In short, they are the power centers of the cell. The Golgi apparatus is a membrane-bound structure with a single membrane. It is actually a stack of membrane-bound vesicles that are important in packaging macromolecules for the transport elsewhere in the cell. The endoplasmic reticulum can either be smooth or rough, and in general, its function is to produce proteins for the rest of the cell to function. A ribosome functions as a micromachine for making proteins. Lysosomes work like the digestive system to break down or digest proteins, acids, carbohydrates, dead organelles, and other unwanted materials. The main function of a centriole is to help with cell division and present only in animal cells. The centrioles are found in pairs and move towards the poles, opposite ends of the nucleus when it is time for cell division. The cell wall is made of stiff material that forms the outermost part of plant cells. It gives shape and protection to them. Chloroplasts are organelles that conduct photosynthesis, where the photosynthetic pigment chlorophyll captures the energy from sunlight. To deeply understand the concepts of the different organelles and structures of the cell, kindly turn your modules on Let Us Practice. These activities are exercises that help you discover and understand the concept. Study closely Figure 1 and 2. These are diagrammatic presentations of plant and animal cell and their parts. Compare the shape of a plant cell with that of an animal cell as shown in Figure 1 and Figure 2. Using the table, identify the organelles found in plant and animal cells. Your teacher will check your answers for this activity. Please use a separate sheet for your answers. To help you discover and gives you more clear ideas, an activity is provided for you to practice more. In Activity A, using the Venn diagram, cite the similarities and differences between the plant and animal cells. Fill the left outer part of the diagram with a list of the organelles only present in a plant cell. Next, fill the outer right part of the diagram with a list of organelles only found in animal cell. And lastly, complete the diagram by filling out the middle part with the organelles that are present in both plant and animal cells. I will give you 30 seconds to answer Activity A. Your timer starts now. up. Are you done? Very good. Then let us try to check your answers of activity A. The following organelles, nucleus, mitochondrion or mitochondria, plasma membrane or cell membrane, Golgi bodies or Golgi apparatus, vacuole, endoplasmic reticulum, cytoplasm, lysosomes, and ribosomes are both present in plant and animal cell. Only the cell wall and the chloroplast can be found in plant cell. And centriole is the organelle present only in an animal cell. Here's another activity for practice. Activity B. The scrambled letters in the first column refer to organelles found in plant and animal cells. Arrange them by using the description of its function in the second column as a clue. Number 1. Organelles that sort, modify, package, and distribute cell products to where they are needed. Number 2. Contains powerful enzymes that digest food particles. Number 3. Transports protein to different parts of the cell. Number 4. Functions during cell division. Number 5. The clear, thick, jelly-like substance inside the cell membrane that contains other organelles. Number 6. It serves as the control center of the cell. Number 7. Contains the chlorophyll and is found only in the plant cell. Number 8. Involved in making protein. Number 9. Serves as powerhouse of the cell. Number 10. Encloses the cell and separates what is inside it from its environment. The correct answers are the following. Number 1. Golgi bodies. 2. Lysosomes. 3. Endoplasmic reticulum. 4. Centrioles. 5. Cytoplasm. 6. Nucleus. 7. Chloroplast. 8. Ribosomes. 9. Mitochondria. And 10. Plasma membrane. To summarize the lesson, here is another activity to help you recall. Please follow through your module in the Let Us Remember part. Ready? Let us see how well you can recall what you have learned about the cell. The first column shows the list of cell structures. Put a check mark if the structure is present and a cross mark or an X if the structure is absent under the column for plant and animal cell. You have 30 seconds to answer the table. And your timer starts now. Can you still remember all the structures or organelles present in plant and animal cells? Great! Now let us try to check the activity. Centriole is the structure absent in a plant cell. This means that you should put an X mark on the centriole for plant cell. And the cell wall and the chloroplast are absent in an animal cell. This means that you should put an X mark on the cell wall and the chloroplast on the animal cell column. Way to go, kids! You did a good job today. Let us do more tasks when we return after a short break.
The Radyo Z-Eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by 𝗕𝗲 Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, 𝗥ощ𝘀𝗀𝗆 Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
We're back, learners! For the last part of our session, we will try another activity to test your gained knowledge. Please open your modules on Let Us Assess part and try to answer the questions given. Please have your modules, notes, and pens ready as I read each item, and we will check your answers right after each question. Ready? Number 1. How is a plant cell similar to an animal cell? A. Both have nuclei, chloroplast, and cytoplasm. B. Both have cell walls, nuclei, and cell membrane. C. Both have nuclei, cytoplasm, and cell membranes. D. Both have cell walls, chloroplasts, and cell membranes. Answer: letter C. Both have nuclei, cytoplasm, and cell membranes. For item number 2, refer to the table found on your module, showing a comparison between 3 kinds of cell. Which 2 cells have come from the same organism? A. A and B, B, B and C, C, A and C, D, A, B, and C. The answer, letter C, cells A and C. Number 3. Which of the following statements about cells are true? 1. A cell is the smallest unit of life. 2. Not all living things are made up of cells. 3. Different cells have different shapes and functions. 4. As an organism grows bigger, the cells in the body increase in size. A. 1 and 3, B. 3 and 4, C. 1, 2, and 4, D. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The answer, A. 1 and 3. Number 4. Which of the structures can be found in all plant cells? 1. Cell wall, 2. Cell membrane, 3. Cytoplasm, 4. Chloroplast. A. 1 and 3, B. 1, 2, and 3, C. 1, 2, and 4, D. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The answer, letter D. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 5. Which of the following is not found in the cells of an onion plant? A. Chloroplast, B. Cell wall, C. Vacuole, D. Centriole. The answer, letter D. Centriole. Number 6. Which of the following is not a part of the cell? A. Cell membrane, B. Enzyme, C. Cytoplasm and organelles, D. Nucleus. The answer, letter B. Enzyme. Number 7. All of these are found in an animal cell except A. Cytoplasm, B. Nucleus, C. Plastids, D. Centrioles. The answer, letter C. Plastids. Number 8. This is the organelle which directs the cell division. A. Cytoplasm, B. Plastids, C. Endoplasmic reticulum, D. Nucleus. The answer, letter D, nucleus. Number 9. Adding iodine solution to the onion cell preparation makes the cells A. Bigger, B. Smaller, C. Less visible, D. More visible. The answer, letter D, more visible. Number 10. Which of the following is not found in an animal cell? A. Mitochondria, B. Cell wall, C. Vacuole, D. Chloroplast. The answer, letter D, chloroplast. This time, we will check how well you mastered the lesson with this another activity. Let us enhance. Make your own model of a cell at home. Prepare any food like cake and fruits as your plant or animal cell model. For your cell structures, you could use chocolates, jelly, candies, and biscuits. Make your edible cell creative and attractive. After finishing your edible cell at home, take a picture and paste a picture of your edible cell on your answer sheets for your teacher to check it. You can serve your yummy dessert to your family after the activity while explaining to them each part. Have fun! You have learned that cell is the basic unit of life, the basic building block of all living things. Each part and structures of the cell plays an important and specific role. Cells rely on their organelles to function well and survive. These little organs keep working for the cell to stay alive. Hooray! Good job, learners! Thank you for doing your best in each activities. Whenever you feel sad, just remember there are billions of cells in your body and all they care about is you. Thank you for listening, learners. This is Teacher Rosalie A. Alcocer of Nabuntura National Comprehensive High School with my content developer, Teacher Bonnie Jean P. Bernadas of Attorney Orlando S. Remando National High School. Until our next meeting, good day and God bless.
𝗕𝗲𝗆 Executive Committee. The School's Division Superintendent, Euphemia T. Gamutin Seso 5. Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel R. Handayan. OIC Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Karina S. Frasco. School Governance and Operations Division Chief, Dr. Ruben J. Riponte. Members: Cecilia Morales, Dr. Hilda A. Opeña, Dr. Arlene B. Lim, Dr. Eldecris B. Calzadora, Dr. Dexter A. Siquinia, Nohara O. Pinute, Noemi P. Canales, Dr. Grace D. Pontillas, Virgilito C. Pabrices, Juanito Lapiceros, Engineer Norberto S. Manlangi, Jomar M. Dumupoy, Bob Daylan S. Milabat, Medard T. Ampit, and Paz Eugenia Villusino. Technical Working Committee, Productions and Communications, Lorely E. Quijano, Given G. Hinampas, Judyland T. Yu, Donna D. T. Bolifer, Mary Rose N. Resma, Riwen Manuel, Irene Lea C. Manguhon, and Bessie Aya N. Baniez. Social Media and Packaging Team, Christian Anhara L. Martesio, William R. Ranara, Joan T. Iscoton, Roberto S. Acosar Jr., May B. Istanyol, Richard H. Arellano, Glee L. S. Blanco, Ralph A. Tabanyag, Angelo Gutierrez Jr., and Jade Karen Araiz.